For our honeymoon, we decided to fly to Koh Samui in Thailand. It's a 2-hour flight from Singapore via Scoot directly, and we just decided to do it as a quick little weekend trip. It was a pretty small plane, but it was super convenient. After we landed, we exited onto like the tarmac area, and then we hopped onto one of those airplane transportation buses. It was actually really cool because you were able to see the other planes taking off and landing while you were kind of on the runway. And then this took us all the way to the baggage claim area, and honestly it felt very nostalgic because it kind of felt like the airports that we have back home in Hawaii. So that was really amazing, and then we got picked up by our hotel and we're on our way. Okay, we just got into Koh Samui. It was a 2-hour flight from Singapore. The airport was really cute, and now we are in this super nice, comfortable van with really nice seats. And we are headed off to our hotel, the Four Seasons, which is about a half-hour drive away. And then the van also came stacked with these Thai mango gummies.
Oh, well, that's good.
And Tom Yum crackers.
Yummy.
Just give it a good hit, okay?
Wow!
Harder!
Harder!
There
Wow! When we first arrived at the Four Seasons Koh Samui, we were immediately greeted by the hotel manager as well as a lot of other staff on hand. Everyone was so nice and cheerful, and it was just really incredible. This was our designated like one-on-one guest experience person, so any questions that we had, she would answer it through the app, and she showed us to our villa, which was absolutely stunning. I'm sure that I'll talk about this later, but they ended up upgrading us to the highest level villa possible, which was right on the beachfront access. And Hans has this like thought that the Four Seasons has a scheme, or well, that sounds a bit conniving, but he thinks that basically when you book and you make a note that it's your anniversary or your honeymoon or something really special like that, then they really try to do the most so that it makes it a really grand, amazing experience. And there's like an added extra few things that you didn't really plan, but then they give it to you, and then you just feel so amazing and so loved, so then you're more like inclined to book with them again when you do it. And honestly, I totally believe it because I would definitely book with them again after this experience. The villa was absolutely beautiful. It was so big for the two of us, but I honestly had no complaints at all. It was stunning. We actually got a better rate too because it was monsoon season, which I didn't even know, but we completely lucked out because it did not rain at all the entire weekend. The bathtub was filled with roses, and there were just a lot of like other touches that we didn't expect, like the fruit platter, the cake, the champagne, the cute little honeymoon corner. Everything was just so adorable, and I feel like it added to this one great romantic experience. It was honestly just so breathtaking, and I just kept pinching myself. I could not believe that it was real life, and this was just the start of our weekend, so we knew that it was going to be a really great time. Ooh. Okay, I'll take this one.
Oh, they're really soft.
Ooh, cheers.
Mango.
Lychee raspberry. Okay, so we just checked into our room. We got a free upgrade to the highest level villa.
So nice.
Which is so nice, and everyone is so sweet here. They're all saying hi, and they like did all these things for our honeymoon. Yeah, it just makes it feel really special, and yeah, it's a really great start to our trip. Okay, so now it is around 4 o'clock. We were just kind of resting in the room for a little bit. This has really been just such an amazing place to stay. I feel like we definitely splurged out on this because it's our honeymoon and it's just for the weekend, so we really thought we'd make the most of it, but the service is just so insane. I think they really know how to make like an occasion. The room is just so wonderful. Everyone is so nice everywhere we go. So now I am gonna start getting ready, just touching up a bit, and we are gonna go on a sunset like boat experience. So that should be really fun. I think we can swim a bit or just hang out on the boat. And then after that we have a dinner. So pretty packed schedules these days, but it feels like very relaxing. So yeah, so happy that we're here, and I would highly recommend this place to literally like anyone. So. Wow. We are ready to go. We are using their complimentary beach bag, and after getting off the buggy we hopped in this car, which is taking us around 30-45 minutes to a pier, and then that's where we're going to take off on the boat from. So it's just like
no matter how far, no matter wherever you are, I'm with you. Deep in your heart, my love, I'll stay when I'm away. No matter how far, no matter the way, no matter the pain and heartache, I promise all of those lonesome nights apart, you'll be back in my arms, no matter the way. Although there's miles to cross that stretch between us, you're all I dream of. There's nothing too great that can't separate you from my love. No matter how long, no matter the time that has gone between us, darling, I'm yours and I'm yours alone. So I'll always come home, no matter how long.
So after we got back from our beautiful time on the boat, we headed over to the Koh restaurant for a chef's table dinner. When I was originally booking this, I thought that maybe we would be at a counter with other people and just have like the prefix menu, but we were actually given this entire room to ourselves, literally just the two of us, and then our own private chef, our own private waiter, and then a bartender that made all of Hans's cocktails and like wine pairings, as well as on-the-fly mocktails that they did up for me to also go with every single like dish that came out on the menu. This was really cute. Our waiter was like taking a video of the room for us. Everyone the whole time was so incredibly nice. You could just tell that they really cared about like making the experience the absolute best for us. What was also really interesting is that they asked us ahead of time like what our likes were, our dislikes, also our spice tolerance. So all of the dishes, mine were made mild, and then Hans's, if there was spice involved, or made a little more spicy because that's the way that he prefers it. So just little touches like that. It was completely customized to how we wanted it to be. So to start things off, we had a lemongrass marinated grilled scallop skewer, and I have to say every single dish was so amazing. The whole point of the dinner was to highlight local ingredients from Koh Samui and like the Thailand region. This here is a wild fern, and we had a grilled chicken salad with the wild fern, coconut and roasted chili paste. I have to say that this was maybe the best salad I have ever eaten in my entire life. I was asking the chef, how do I order this? And she was like, oh, I made it up so you can't order it anywhere else. So I would literally go back just for the salad because it was indescribable, but so incredible. Like, I have never tasted anything like that before in my life. Up next, we had a soup with pork, crab dumplings, and dried longan. So what I really liked about the experience is they had us taste like the natural ingredients, and then they really explained to us like how they were harvested and then how they were incorporated into the group. This was a deep fried grouper with garlic, black pepper, and oyster sauce. It was literally melt in your mouth. Every dish was a banger. This was some of the best Thai food that I've ever had in my entire life. We had a lobster Penang curry with lime leaves, peanuts, and coconut. And by this time we were getting pretty full, but we just kept going because everything was too delicious not to be eaten. It was so beautiful, just like the artistry of watching her cook. We could go back and forth through the kitchen and our seats as we pleased, so it was just such a freeing experience. We had grilled wagyu, ribeye, roasted rice, herbs, and chili, and every dish was so different from the last and then the next one that it was incredible. This Thai iced tea they just made for me on the spot, and it was one of the best Thai iced teas I've ever had. And then we finished up the night with this mango coconut sticky rice mini popsicle and a steamed pumpkin cake. So like, come on, it was absolutely incredible. Okay, we just got back from dinner and it was just so incredible. So we decided to do like a chef's table experience, and we didn't really know what that meant, but we had the entire room to ourselves with our own like waiter and our own private chef, and it was just some of the best food like both of us have really ever had. And it was some like Thai fusion and like the chef's own Thai cuisines, Thai dishes, that she kind of invented herself. Overall, I think we're feeling really, really good about being here. I wish we were staying longer. There's so many things, even throughout dinner, she was like, one of the curries I really liked, she was like, oh, you know, we have a curry making workshop where I'll teach you all the herbs to make the curry, like curry base, and then we make the curry together and we do all these variations. And then the other guy said that, oh, we have curry nights every Sunday, but we're leaving on Sunday morning. So I was just like, oh, we definitely will be back. I don't know feasibly when, but definitely in our future. It has been such a great start. 1 out of 2, technically 3, but more like 2 days down. So yeah, we have really high hopes for tomorrow to keep the ball rolling, but everything has been simply 10 out of 10. 12 out of 10, really, honestly. It's been so good. So. Okay, it is our second and final full day here. The weather still looks incredible. You want to come? Yeah, the ocean is like literally right outside and it looks so beautiful. Right now we're gonna check out the hotel breakfast, and then we have a 3-hour like private tour that the hotel arranged for us, where we see like the highlights of Koh Samui, just like some tourist attractions and stuff like that. Yeah, and then from there we're gonna go and have some downtime, or we're gonna get lunch while we're out, and then get massages, and then later on we have another dinner, and we're just so excited. Yeah, really good vibes for today, huh?
Exciting.
Oh, it's open. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember when we came for dinner last night. It was So basically, our tour had no set itinerary, and instead it was our guide who was recommending certain things, and then when we had interest in something, then he would take us there. And he was telling us how cobra shows were pretty popular in the area. So then when we drove by one, I was like, oh my gosh, we should go. Then Hans was looking at me like, are you crazy? Like, why would we waste our time on this? But I have to say, it was the craziest thing that I've ever seen in my entire life. It was basically these 3 to 4 guys that would take these cobras out of these bags and then aggravate them and try to get them to attack them, and then they would like dodge and move out of the way in order to like escape. But it was just madness. Also, the walls were plastered with pictures of people that were bitten and like killed by snakes, and I was like, that is so not comforting. Also, the only thing separating us from the snakes was this thin mesh gate. It was so crazy. Here they're showing us that the cobras really do have poison, so they had it bite a cup, and then literally you can see the poison dripping out of its fangs. And the guy who was narrating the whole thing was so funny, but he was also like, yeah, it's fine because I don't have any cuts, but if you had an open wound, one drop could kill an elephant, so you'd definitely be dead. And I was like, okay, that's like so not reassuring. This one was maybe the craziest one. This snake basically jumps at you like 1 to 3 feet, and this guy was just constantly rolling out of the way, out of its like barrage of attacks. It was so insane. It was just me and Hans in the audience, and then a British couple and their young daughter, and the 5 of us are watching the show and then looking at each other, and we're all like, how is this real life? Like, how is no one else experiencing this right now? Because we could not possibly explain how crazy this was to anyone who wasn't there. Like, it was just so crazy. Another thing is that they said that they'd been bitten multiple times, but they just love it so much. So honestly, if you have the chance, I highly recommend you go, because it was so unreal. Oh my god. Ooh, coconut. Okay, so we just got to Wat Phai Temple, and it's a Chinese Thai temple here in Koh Samui. There's a ton of really ornate, really beautiful buildings. It's really hot outside, but it's so pretty. Okay, so now we're at the Big Buddha, which is one of the really famous tourist stops here. And for women, you have to cover up, but they have free like covers for you, which is very convenient. So.
We actually didn't do that.
Don't you?
We say actually got driven from place to place where we stepped outside for like 30 seconds. No, I didn't.
The first one, you can see the red color under earth element, which is 4 Thai element tea. So the first one, earth element from rosella, bell fruit and stevia. The second one from water element, gotu-kola, tamarind and also stevia as well. And the third one, this one, the color is like from ginger, lemongrass, galanga, a little spicy taste, but we put honey inside a little bit. And then also have the fire element from butterfly pea, pandan nut and chrysanthemum. Also have the honey inside.
So we just finished our 2-hour spa treatment. I went with the full body massage oil relaxation treatment, and Sid went with the more intense Thai traditional massage.
Very intense.
Yeah, it was amazing. I think we had a great time.
Really good time. And now we're back in the room, and we're gonna go check out our pool for a bit because we haven't done that yet. Huh?
Yes.
Yeah. And then what?
And then we have a beautiful romantic dinner for the two of us with the
So
sunset
excited.
view. Private.
Yep. Going off to dinner. Okay, so we spent some time in the pool and then we got ready, and now we are on our way to our dinner. It's called Once in a Blue Moon. We're really excited. It's like a sunset dinner on the beach, so expecting really good things. Dinner last night was amazing, and the weather is still so perfect, so what a great trip.
Yes, and with the food, and also they come with the juice or drink you want to start with.
For dinner this night, we stuck to our Thai food theme. We had the Once in a Blue Moon beachfront private dining experience, and we began with this spicy prawn salad with lemongrass and mint. And it was so cool because they basically said like, oh, you know, they made all of my dishes mild, and then they said, oh, and sir, we know that you prefer it spicier, so we added a little more heat to yours. And we didn't even say anything. They just remembered from the previous nights that we had dined with them, so we just felt like things like that made it so special. This was a lemongrass marinated grilled chicken chicken in banana leaf. Hans went kind of crazy with the sauce, but honestly, I wish I did that too because it was the best sauce that I've ever had. I would just drink it if I could. We also had a tom yum spicy seafood soup with hot basil. I'm used to like the milkier, creamier tom yum, so this was actually a really refreshing change to go with like the clear broth. It was also just so beautiful outside. We sat there as the sky went from bright to dark, and then the lanterns just lit up the night sky. They brought Hans this coconut, and it was so cute. It was little engraved with like the restaurant that we were dining and the food came from. I was pretty stuffed by this point, but we had our mains start to slowly come out. We had a yellow curry with beef and potato, a crispy sea bass with tamarind sauce, and then a dry pork curry with long beans and lime leaves.
So we just finished the main course of our beautiful dinner.
And we're waiting for dessert, our final course. But it's just been so awesome.
Yeah, so romantic, so nice. The service is amazing. We had live music from traditional Thai artists.
Yeah. And it was just so beautiful getting to see the stages of the sunset. Now it's completely dark, but we're surrounded by lanterns. They literally went and like relit all the candles if any blew out, and it just looks so stunning. And yeah, what a great last night in Koh Samui. Then for dessert, we ended the night with water chestnuts in coconut milk, and I think this is often called red ruby, at least here in Singapore it is. And it was really nice to end with something kind of light and refreshing, full of fruit, and it was such the perfect ending to our night. The tea and coffee service was so comforting, and then we left as they relit our candles just for us to leave, and then we took everything with us and called it a night. It is our last morning here. We leave in like a couple hours. If you can't already tell, I just woke up, but it was just so... I actually had my alarm set for an hour later, but yeah, I just wanted to spend like some time outside. The beach is so beautiful. I feel like growing up, I like never went to the beach, and I was kind of like anti, like in my own sense of rebellion. But now I actually really enjoy it. Hans is still sleeping inside, but just to like reflect on our time here, I think it's been so incredible. This is definitely one of the best, if not the best, hotel experiences that both of us have ever had. Like we've said many times, the staff here is just so like warm and welcoming. I think what sets like the Four Seasons and places like this like a notch above the others is that they really do take the time. I think they also have like an internal system, so like whenever they meet you, like even at the gift shop last night, she was like, oh, can I bill this to your room? Like what room are you in? And we told her, and then instantly she's like, how was your dinner last night? How was your boat tour? How was your blah blah blah? Everyone that we meet, they literally are always asking us questions about like specific things that we did. Like they know that we did it, and it just feels so like special, or it feels like they really, you know, care about you. Anytime you pass someone, they always greet you, which may just sound like little things, but they're also just so sweet and kind, and it's been just such a wonderful time. All of the things we did were so fun, and life here just seems really like slow and relaxed, and I think from what we could tell, some people just stay here like for a really long time, which, I mean, obviously if you have the funds to do so, why wouldn't you? It is so, yeah, it is such a special place. I'm so glad that we were able to come. It was just perfection. It was so wonderful. But yeah, now we're heading back to Singapore, and then life resumes. So it has been such a good trip.
Radio up and the blinds pulled down. You love it when nobody's around. I wanna call out my town, but you bite my lip, don't make a sound. I'll be damned if I'm leaving without you. So give me a minute to catch my breath. Take what's yours, I'll take what's left.